Wait.
Hello everybody. We made it. We had a slight couple of technical hiccups, but we are here. How is everybody doing? Right. Welcome to the very professional, very well put together second episode of Some Other Heroes. My name is Chris Mepham. I am a illustrator, a D&D and a tabletop role-playing game enthusiast, a storyteller, and all-round general nerd and cat dad. I am joined by a wonderful cast of friends who are playing some very interesting characters, but I am going to let them introduce themselves. I'm going to... hang on, just realised I need to adjust. I'm going to start today, reversed I think to when I did last time, with Wayne.
Hi everybody, my name is Wayne Fick, and I am an art director and a branding coach, and a original owner of one of the old red box D&D editions, believe it or not, because I am that old. And I will be playing the ever so slightly overdramatic dragonborn called Rock in today's game. My preferred pronouns as a player are he, him, and my character's preferred pronouns are also he, him, and I hope you enjoy the game.
Lovely, thank you very much. Yes, thank you, and also for the prompt on pronouns. My personal pronouns are he, him, but we respect pronouns in this family. Next up, we're going to go over to the lovely Theo.
Hello. My name is Theo, and I am an illustrator and a dice gremlin, and my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing the hesitant half-elf, Eugene. His pronouns are he, him.
Wonderful, thank you very much. And last but never least, the wonderful Charlie, who I think we might have just lost.
The drama.
The drama today. Oh no. We appear to have lost Charlie for the second, but that's okay.
Oh my god.
There we are. Can you hear us, honey? No, I don't think she can.
I can just about hear you. Can you hear me?
There is a major lag at the minute. Don't worry.
Although we did hear
Deep
that
sigh.
exasperated sigh.
Well, while Charlie is getting herself caught up and sorted out, I will just basically run through a couple of admin bits. First off, we would like to give a absolutely humongous friendly shout out to our friends at Dice and a Slice. They have been really, really good at shouting us out and giving us a boost up and that. If you haven't seen or you're not following Dice and a Slice, their details will come up in our break. Have a look at it. Bounce over. They're currently in the middle of a very strange, mechanically run city, and one of their characters is having an identity crisis of the worst kind. I won't tell you more than that. You will have to tune in and figure out what's going on yourself. But yeah, Josh and the team over there have just been really good friends for us, and we love them to pieces. They're very witty, very cool. As you can see, there we go. Hey, awesome.
I'm so sorry.
That is fine, honey. These things happen. We are dealing with the internet, and so yes, we're just going to put people back into their right characters. There we go.
We are a perfectly oiled machine.
We are a very well-oiled machine. It happens.
You guys are. Mine internet is not.
Are you all right now? You're much clearer now, so that's good.
Everything seems to be
Okay, good.
Cool. So, Charlie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, eventually, I am Charlie. I go by she, her, and so does my character, Aisling. So I, Charlie, am an illustrator, a dog parent, a big gay nerd, really love drawing dinosaurs an awful lot. That's me in a nutshell. My dog is a Podenco. She's from Spain. And my character is Aisling the Satyr. And she is a cartographer. She's very, very good at her sense of direction, not very good at her decorum, which leads to some interesting interactions.
Thank you very much. That's pretty good. Cool. Good. I did the shout out for our friends at Dice and the Slice. Other person I'd like to shout out is Dungeon Baker, who does absolutely phenomenal maps. Again, depending on what happens with the guys, you may get to see one in today's episode. So that's kind of a nice bit of advertising. I think what goes next is I will catch you up on where the guys are, and then we will get back into some other heroes. So last episode, Aisling, Eugene and Rock finally got to meet. Aisling and Eugene, coming in from the islands outside of Cloud's Cairn, met Rock on the actual dockside, who had been directed by the Adventurers Guild to collect the two of them and return them to make sure that they made their own way there. Once there, they were introduced to one of the proprietors, the wonderful Dietrich, the goblin, who immediately sat them down, got Eugene and Aisling updated on in his books, and gave the team their first mission together. They had to go down to the merchants area and help out Dodd Teodric, who has had an increasing number of rat problems in his warehouses. The party made their way down with some minor shenanigans, somebody trying to steal something from poor Eugene's purse but failing badly, and some interesting character keeping an eye on Rock from a distance. Once they had made their way to the warehouse, they met Dodd Theodric, a slightly stressed out middle-aged human man who was just basically sick of this recurring rat problem that he has. So has tasked the adventurers with locating the cause of the problem and either just getting rid of it entirely or just figuring out how it can be done or where it's coming from so that he can take the next steps necessary. The party then decided to go and look around the warehouse. They used Eugene's friendly rat familiar to help them track the rats in question back to a sewer grate just outside the back alley. Once they had managed to find their way into the sewer, Rock led them sort of on through different tracks, and the rat managed to, I can't remember the rat's name off the top of my head. Pocket the rat, thank you. I remember that one. Pocket the rat managed to track down the other rats, but pointed out there was something very unusual about them. They were attacked by swarms of the beasts, managing to fend them off. Poor Eugene found himself in the middle of the sewage after the battle, and with the assistance of his new friends, managed to get most of the sewage off of him before they continued tracking the rats back the way they had come. They found themselves in a large open area where they came face to face with thousands of rats of different sizes and different species. And just as they were coming to accustom to just how overwhelmed they were, a sinister voice spoke directly into all their minds and asked them what brought them before the monarch. So, I think it's worth noting at this point the Scattered Lands underwent a huge change when the world that was left and underwent its transformation, and the islands that the people now inhabit left the surface below. Lands already rich in wild, untapped potential and raw natural magics were suddenly subjected to massive and deliberate manipulation, changing the very nature of the islands that people now call home. Sometimes that magic can be a boon. New skills, new technologies, easier magical application. and other times less so. I'm going to pose a question to you all now. What if that magic created opportunity for creatures other than those who it intended its use? Words have power, and words combined with raw magic and strange urban stories can create sometimes something very unpredictable. Meeting results of such an event can be a risky business, something that Aisling, Eugene and Rock are about to find out. And I think Eugene, because it is Eugene's first day, I would like to know...
Is it? I don't think anyone mentioned that.
I would like to know what thoughts are going through our half-elf's mind right now.
I think it's a combination of panic and feeling a little bit like he's underprepared, but also fascination. Like he's fascinated by all things, well, kind of all things in general, but particularly all things magical. So I imagine it's kind of a combination of a lot of things. So yeah, very, very panicked and like overwhelmed, but also quite excited about what's happening. But yeah, also scared.
Very, very understandable. And I mean, I cannot iterate the fact there are thousands of these strange rats looking at you with their glowing red eyes and their little intent. And there's an intelligence behind them that like other rats don't normally have. And I think we'll turn to Aisling at this point, who is naturally a quite curious person, but hears a sudden voice in the back of her head. Be very careful here, my dear. We are at risk.
Oh, I've made a mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. Should be going back to the farm. This was an error. This is horrible.
And finally, we come to Rock, who is usually bluster in situations like this. But how do we find him right now?
Rock is very aware of the fact that what he thought was a very simple task of finding some rats has turned into something that is massively overwhelming as he's looking at thousands of eyes staring at him. So his brain is racing as to what to do in this circumstance. But there is a tiny other part of him that is a little impressed and wants to know more about who would call themselves a monarch. And of what?
And a moment passes, and there is an eerie silence, only punctuated by the slight chittering and clicking of claws on stone, and the grinding of metal as the sewage clearer turns ever so slowly past you again.
Rock is just going to sort of lean back towards Aisling and Eugene and just kind of go, I don't think we can fight our way out of this one.
I'm getting that impression.
I'm just going to have a look. Is Pocket out, or is he hidden?
Yeah, he's still on my shoulder.
Okay, I'm just going to have a little side glance at Pocket and just go, do you know these guys?
I think Pocket just kind of gives you a look, and Pocket's hackles are up.
I know that reaction. In which case, Rock will, to no one in particular, but step forward and take a very elaborate bow, and Rock will say in his best voice, forgive us, Monarch, if we are on your territory. We were just following some strange occurrences. If you wouldn't mind if we pass through, or indeed leave?
There is a cacophony of chuckles in different tones and voices. We do not want you to leave. We want to know why you come before us.
We took a wrong turn?
Ashling's a little bit offended, but she knows that you're lying, so she keeps it to herself.
Did your wrong turn result in hurting our brothers and sisters? Did your wrong turn result in using force against my kin?
I mean, they
Purely
started it a little bit.
Purely accidental. They surprised us. I'm sure you can understand, adventurers like ourselves. Our reaction was one to protect ourselves, and we were very surprised. Had we known, of course, that they were of your kin, we would never have attempted any such aggression, of course.
There is a moment. Also, Eugene, that they started it. Was that out loud?
Yes.
I'd like Eugene to make a persuasion check.
Oh.
And you can add your intelligence modifier instead of your charisma modifier, if you wish.
Thought you were going to say saving throw. I was like, they do not mess.
Oh, 8.
8.
Great.
I'm sorry.
There is that ripple, that ripple of chittering laugh again, and you hear it from behind you. And I think you throw a look over your shoulder, and the whole sewer tunnel where you were before is covered by this wall of little rodent faces looking back at you.
Nope. Nope.
We will ask you again. Be truthful. Why do you come before the monarch?
I mean, your subjects have been getting up in the surface quite a bit lately, and for fear of accidentally injuring any of them, we wanted to find out where they were coming from to protect them. So we've come down here to try and find the source and just have a chat, really. All the stuff that happened back there was a terrible error. We just wanted to see what your plan was and how we could help.
I think you'll have a persuasion check from Aisling. It's
Oh
not
boy.
technically lying, but it is leaning that way.
Well, that was a critical fail.
Oh my
So-
God.
Oh no! There is a surge behind you, and Aisling is knocked off, and you can see her just brought up. And these rats kind of mold around, and they create a form of a giant rat with a big horned crown, which is holding Aisling before them.
Do I get a reaction to try and grab her hand?
You can, yeah. Do you want to make a strength check?
Yeah.
I won't tell you the DC.
Oh, I
Please.
don't think you need to be honest. Strength, yes, which is obviously one of my strong points.
Yeah.
That would be
You can add athletics to it if you wish,
athletics.
if you are
Okay.
proficient.
Yeah, that's better. So with athletics, that would be a 2.
Ah!
So you reach out and
Oh, it's going so
you
well.
you kind of do grab, and Aisling, there's like a slight pulling on your arm, and you end up with this tuft of teal fur as Aisling is just whipped away from you, far stronger than you can manage.
Just rip out my arm hair.
Sorry. I'm just tucking it into my pocket.
Just keep that.
Well,
That eerie voice comes forward again. One more chance, or we will eat the Fae.
please do not eat the Fae. Apart from it being terribly unpleasant, furry.
I'm very hairy.
Anyway, we did come indeed to find out why some of your kin were apparently traversing the above ground areas like a warehouse, and obviously there was a misunderstanding. They thought it was just, some common criminals perhaps, and now that we know it is you, we obviously have a different idea of what's going on, but we purely came to find out who was here. As I mentioned, the attack was very much just fear and surprise at seeing so many of your beautiful kin surrounding us totally and completely.
Yeah.
But tell us, how can we help, Monarch?
You have come to redress the balance, to bring my children back below.
Yeah.
Yes?
Good.
Yes.
And Aisling, you are put down next to your friends very gently and withdrawn the rat claw. And all the while,
I'm gonna
shifting form of rats kind of taking place of each other and things.
I'm just going to reach out and kind of grab Aisling so that, like, we're right in, like, a cuddle, like, the three of us.
We were summoned because my brethren suffer. The balance has been broken, and so they called to their monarch, and so we came. Restore this balance, and we will make our kin return.
What exactly is the balance of which you speak? I'm a little fuzzy on the details here. I'm sorry. We're very new to Cloud's Cairn. I mean, I've been here a while, but
it's Eugene's first day.
It's my first day.
Yeah.
I think there's a quizzical sort of like twist of this thing's head and then back the other way as it kind of regards you all. There is something that devours our kin. Fast, instantaneous. We are used to death. We know that there are things that prey on us. We know the bipeds eat and crush us and poison us. This is fine. This new thing is not. You will deal with the new thing, and then we will talk to our brethren and restore our part of the balance.
The thing that's eating you, is it down here?
Yes.
Oh, good. I mean, I'm sure we can help. I'm just going to look at Aisling and Eugene kind of... Yes. I'm sure we can help.
We'll sort it out for you. Do you know, like, where or what?
Yes.
Or how? Or pretty much any details at all?
Eugene's gonna get his notebook out at this point.
Your people came into the sewers. Your people broke a wall and found an old place where my children sometimes hide. Your people committed sins of atrocity there, and then they died, and this new thing arrived. My brethren will take you where you need to be, and then you will help us.
Any ideas what this new thing is?
No.
Cool.
It is not natural.
Okay.
I'm just going to under my sort of voice very subtly, just so I'm not sure there's much natural going on around here.
Actually, I think Eugene and Rock. Eugene, because you're quite well read, and Rock, because you've told and heard a lot of stories. I think both of you can make a history check And Rock, if you want to, you can swap out your charisma for your intelligence. Because obviously the way that you get stories.
That would be great. That would be 19.
19.
I also got a 19.
The 19.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of 19s. Amazing. So, there are obviously loads of urban stories about rat kings. Enough that they have gone beyond just being urban legend and into the idea of mythology itself. I think it occurs to the pair of you that sometimes those ideas, particularly in this world, take hold. And what if that idea became larger than the original stories that created it? What if it created something almost like a lesser god of rats? That would look very much like this creature here.
I mean, you realise we're level 2, right?
Yeah.
I feel like fighting God might be...
Well, we're not going to fight God. We're going to help him
Okay.
so that he doesn't eat us.
We're becoming born-again rat Christians.
Yeah. We will worship this rat god.
I, for one, welcome our rat overlord.
Yeah, and you rat overlords.
I shall do no such thing. But I'm sure we can help. Do we have to go now?
Yes.
Oh.
Consider it a blessing because you killed so many of our brethren.
We're very grateful. Thank you.
And the monarch sinks and the rats skitter away, leaving you alone, apart from one white rat with softly glowing red eyes, which sits and waits for you as the mechanism turns and creates sort of this natural bridge for the pair of you. For the three of you, sorry.
Is it close to us, or
Yes.
the white rat? I mean,
It's on the centre of this platform, so as soon as it comes down, you can walk up to it. But it does look like it's waiting.
I guess we
Well,
got
yes.
so.
I shall stride forward and introduce myself to the rat and just say, "Hello, my name is Rock. What's yours?"
Kind of looks at you, twitches its nose, waits for the other two, looks past your legs at Aisling and Eugene to see what they're doing.
I'm just going to turn around to Aisling and Eugene. I'm just going to say, "Rude."
It's a rat.
I mean, I'd
Well,
rather be
they spoke
ignored
to
than
us.
eaten, so that's just like...
I mean, the others spoke to us at least. This one's just being rude.
I think
The others threatened us, babe.
I think the rats you saw before, I think with this you kind of figure out that the monarch exists as a collective idea, whereas individually, although the rat still knows what it needs to do, it's just a rat on its own.
Well, Pocket's not as rude.
Pocket's different, Pocket's special.
Pocket's not technically actually a rat.
yeah.
What
Yes.
do I know?
Well, I will take a look at Pocket and we will follow.
Pocket just is
Yeah.
right in your collar, like just
Yeah,
not happy.
I didn't like that either. It's creepy.
And you stride, so you wait until this thing comes, and it's very slow moving, so you can jump onto it like as soon as it comes close, and you can step onto it. You make your way up, and it waits for things to turn, and it kind of goes past you back the way you've come on the platform, but the opposite direction to where you came into this room, and into a larger tunnel than the one you just came in, which has lots of metal grates and like openable doors, and it kind of skitters through and waits for you on the other side of one of the first barriers. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay, I guess we follow it, right?
Yeah.
And it disappears, and it kind of these doors are all openable, and those of them that don't look like they look like something or some things larger and more powerful than you pulled the locks out.
Good sign.
On its way through. In fact, at one point you see rat teeth marks on the edge, as if they've just chewed away the fences so you can get through.
Nice. I just keep following.
Yeah.
The white rat kind of gets to the end, and it's getting quite dark down here. You're away from this sort of like the natural flow of light coming in through the openings and things like that. So Rock, you can't see clearly at all. You are either reliant on the other two or you need to start another torch.
How glowy is the rat that we're following?
You can vaguely see their eyes, but it's not enough to cast light.
Dang it.
It's that creepy sort of like beep, 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 beep.
I do have a lamp, so I will strike a lamp when we get into darker areas.
Did you recover that after you threw it at the swarm last week?
No, I don't believe I did, but I do think I have more than one.
That's
There
fair
we
enough.
is.
We're going to run with that one that you managed to retrieve it.
I do have more than one, so...
As soon as Rock strikes the light, I think there's a gasp from probably Eugene, as there's all these rats like just watching you from the roof ceiling in the crevice.
I'm just going to look at Eugene and just go, what?
Yep.
What? Oh! Okay, come along. Let's move quickly. Move quickly. Here we go. Come on.
You go through.
I'm gonna walk up and virtually overtake the rat.
Yep, fair enough. So you make your way through older looking tunnels, and these look like they may have been part of the whatever was before Cloud's Cairn existed. The stonework is ancient, crumbling in a lot of places. You have to kind of dig through, and the rat actually forgets a couple of times, buries its way through some rubble, and then comes back going and kind of looks a little ashamed as it takes you down a corridor instead.
Can I try to surreptitiously just gesture to Aisling?
What you?
I'm just going to kind of wait till the rat does one of his little dives, and I'm just going to look at Aisling and just kind of go, make a map.
Oh yeah. I start doing that.
Amazing. So
and I can remember where we've been.
Yeah, absolutely. It's part of the feature of being a cartographer. You're very good at this sort of thing. So make me a general intelligence check. It's not a particularly high DC.
Who?
Yeah.
Me or Aisling?
Aisling, just so she can make the map. And you can add your proficiency bonus because you're using your
Nice one. Oops. I just rolled completely the wrong thing.
skills.
That's proficiency. It's 11.
11. Yeah, that's more than enough. It's not difficult for you to kind of keep tabs. It's a little harder than you do, and you think that if you want a detailed map, you're going to have to come back down here, but you've got a rough enough idea of where you come from that if you need to find your way back, you can do so.
Amazing.
So you make your way through these older caverns, and things kind of just get a bit more broken, and I think you kind of see signs of people passing. There is like accoutrement for digging, and barrels and food and stuff like that have been left off to one side on some open platforms and things like that, and it definitely has the signs of someone being down here at some point. I would like you all to roll me a d20 and just tell me the number you get.
16 for Aisling.
14 for Rock.
3.
Eugene.
Oh God.
I think you are chatting to your friends and not really paying attention, and you trip over the body.
Oh no, not a body.
You sprawl over the top, and you kind of put your hands down, and you realise that you're on top of someone, and you're kind of scrabbling around, like trying to get to your feet, and you I think your hand accidentally touches their hand,
No!
and you realise that it's cold.
Oh God, no.
Oh!
There's someone. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
What's happened? What? What's going on?
But are you all right?
I tripped over something. Someone not living anymore. Probably not for a while. I don't want to look. Someone else look.
Oh, come along now. It can't be that. And I'm going to walk over with the torch.
And I'm already near it, so I'm like, oh, it is that.
It is cold, clammy. It is looks like they have been perfectly preserved, though. It's very odd. Rock and Aisling, I think presumably the two of you are going forward. Either of you can make a medicine check, either separately, or one of you can help the other.
I'll do it. I've got quite good medicine.
Yeah, I'll happily help you.
Yeah.
I think I need to sit down.
Nice.
You do. Pocket comes around the front and just is doing this. Trying to fan you a little bit. And I think the silver rat, so the white rat comes to your foot, Eugene, and just puts their paw out on your boot.
I got a 22, by the way.
22. Ooh. It's really weird. You look around the area and you kind of do the vital checks that you kind of would do on a body like this, and you kind of assess that, I mean, you're no doctor, but you've been given field medicine training, and growing up you were one of the people that like help take care of the other orphans and the sick and things like that. This body is both really old and really new at the same time. You would expect it's displaying features that make it look like it's been here, it's almost mummified in a way, but it still has too much moisture in it, and it's kind of playing havoc, and you're kind of like, this is not a natural way of decomposition. Something happened to this.
Can I look at the rat? Just not at Pocket, at the other rat.
Silver rat.
The silver rat. And just kind of point at the body and go, is this your doing?
And there's a kind of a flash behind the red eyes, and they shake their head in an intelligent way that you wouldn't necessarily expect a rat to be able to.
I think this was the new thing, whatever that is.
And
that would make sense.
Rock, do you have your torch up over the body?
I do, yeah.
So I think you and Aisling can both clearly make out where a hole has been dug through the outer edge of a tunnel. And you can see lots of rat bodies. Like 20 rat bodies, just in a similar sort of, like, now you recognise it in...
This is where it happened, what they were saying about loads of their kin being killed.
Can we recognise any identifying things about this other body? Like, who is this person?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Okay. 19.
Wow. Are you guys going to roll lower than that today?
Yeah, I got a critical fail.
That is true. That's fair enough. I didn't remember it. Didn't feel... The dice told a really interesting story at that point. So, sorry. Refresh my tired brain with the question. You rolled a...
I just wanted to see if I could work out any identifying features about the body, like who they are, what they are, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you do. You kind of give the body a frisk over. They're wearing basic leather armour. They have multiple daggers on their person. Black cloak, which is perfect for shifting and things like that. In fact, I think with a 19, you recognise the type of cloak from a little while ago. The person who was watching Rock was wearing a very similar outfit to this. And I think as you're going through and you kind of turn over, you find 5 gold coins and 2 silver on their person. All their equipment is fairly basic. You can take it if you want to, but it's not anything special and it's certainly not as good as the gear that you currently have. And you find a small emblem tattooed on the inside of their wrist, which is right here, and up a little burst of flame with 3 dots below it.
Is Brock still standing over looking?
Yeah, unless Wayne, you want to move on or anything.
No, I would still be there with Aisling holding the torch.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Rock, this right, you remember earlier when I thought there was someone watching you?
Yes.
Yeah, it had the same cape situation as this unfortunate guy.
Well, why would someone? Why would they be watching us? We hadn't even come down here yet. You must be mistaken. That cannot be right.
No, it's for real. It was, and I'm gonna copy that tattoo in the map that I'm drawing right now.
Rock, I'll have a general intelligence check from you once Aisling kind of points this out.
Oh, a natural 20.
Nice.
Hey!
Suddenly it occurs to you, you have seen this sort of get-up before. You have fought people wearing this sort of general uniform when you helped out your friend a few days ago. Yeah. The men that attacked you were wearing this outfit.
Okay. I think I will just keep that information to myself, but make a mental note of.
I think with a natural 20, I think you can keep that really quiet, and with your natural charisma, I don't think Aisling or Eugene, you'll pick up.
Oh, stop!
You know what? I already
Eugene's
wander
still
off.
getting
And I'm
over
like,
falling over the dead body, so he's not.
I'm just going to hold my lantern to Aisling and just say, "Would you hold that for a minute? Would you?"
Yeah, all right.
And I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to take out a small bottle of perfume, and I'm going to wave it in front of Eugene because I don't have smelling salts, so who knows? This may help. I'm just going to wave it in front of me. There we go. Is that better? I don't know. Yeah.
Is that supposed to help? Yeah.
Well, yes, obviously. It's a well-known remedy. Anyway, close the bottle, put it away. Come along. I think we've got to investigate what's going on here. Right, Mr. Rat?
The rat nods and bounds down the corridor, but not all the way, just beyond the body, where the rat bodies start appearing. They stop and they look over. I think at this time, a couple of other rats kind of gather around them, and it's not the full effect of the monarch, but you can tell that the monarch is watching you at this time.
Oh, good. Nothing creepy about
Hi.
that. Well, I shall take a step, into the tunnel to follow the rat, and then I shall also grab Aisling and Eugene by their collars or shoulders and drag them with me.
Wise.
Eugene, how are you feeling right now?
Terrified. Again, I don't think this is what he imagined his first day to be.
But everything smells better now.
Yeah, at least there's a nice smell. Yeah. He's not keen about going in this tunnel, but I guess we have to.
Yep. Mainly because I'm dragging you.
He's trying his best to be brave.
As the three of you step towards the opening, this sort of dug tunnel that goes beyond the sewer, the old sewer system, the silver rat runs up, scatters up along Rock's arm, and down Aisling, and back along the tunnel. And as he does, there's this blue flash of energy, and you all have bless.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So, as the monarch bestows a little bit of courage upon you,
So remind me
Yes,
what
we
we can
need
use
that
that
over here.
D4 for again. Is it attack rolls and
Basically,
saving throws?
Yeah, any D20 roll. So saving throws,
Ah,
skill checks, attack rolls. I think that's right, isn't it, Wayne? Is it? No, it's not saving.
Bless.
Bless. Yeah, it's all D20 rolls, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
If not, the Monarchs does now. So anytime you roll D20, you can roll D4 as well. Because lesser gods, you know.
They make their own rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Doesn't overpower what you're actually feeling, and it doesn't stop you from being afraid, but you just feel a little more confident in yourself, like you have slightly more skill than you would give yourself credit for.
Rock, like, not possible.
I am a very experienced adventurer.
Are you a highly skilled adventurer?
A highly skilled adventurer, as our friend Binks would say. Yeah. Right. Well, a rat just ran over my arm, so I am literally just going to kind of shudder and then kind of realise that wasn't a normal, just random thing, and kind of just. I'm just going to look at the rat and kind of nod in thanks. I'm slightly confused by being beholden to a small rat.
They nod back, as do the 10 others that have got around them.
Okay, that's creepy. Just the one would have been fine. Right, can I, using the lantern, because I cannot see properly, can I have a look around to see if there's any clue as to what we do next or where we go next?
So, yes, there is a well-cut tunnel that goes about 10 foot down. In it, you can see there is some tools that have been left to one side, not abandoned, they've been put to one side as if they've been finished with. Beyond that, you can see the echoes of the light goes into a stone chamber of some kind.
Okay, well, I shall just turn around to the others and say, there's some kind of chamber down that way, about 10 feet.
I think this is probably quite sweet for Aisling and Eugene, because you guys can see fine. You can see this 10-foot tunnel goes into an open, like an open platter, like a platform of stone, like old flagstones, like really old flagstones. And beyond that, you can see that there's some steps going up, and what looks like a room further beyond.
I feel like I'm going to go to Eugene, like, you should just humour him on this bit, all right? Thank you, bringer of light. We can see the way.
Thank God you're here. I don't know what we'd do without you, honestly.
At this point, I am just going to lean very close to both of them and say, I have a very sharp detector for sarcasm. Thank you very much. And then I shall take my torch and I shall stride away towards that part that I can't actually see.
And once you get beyond the 10-foot tunnel, you can see the same thing. There's this open flagstone area with different walls at all sorts of height marked out. When you get in and you cast a light, there is a slight reflection to some of the walls, and you can see cut glass has been embedded in some of them in strange symbols.
I'm immediately drawing them, if I can see them as well.
I will take a history or a religion check off of any of you who wants to.
Yeah, I'd like to have a closer look at them and see.
Yeah. And Rob, because this is a story-based thing, again, you can replace your charisma for your intelligence if you wish.
Don't forget your hashtag blessed so we can add a D4 to it. I got a 5, so it didn't do anything. But...
I got a 17 with
17?
everything, yeah.
I got a 23.
23.
Woo!
So we'll start with Rock. So we'll assume that Eugene... Well, we'll start with Aisling, and then we'll work our way to Rock, and then...
Mine will be brief.
Yeah. As a satyr, growing up in a Fey enclave, you have very little exposure to older deities and older ideas. You like the stories that people have been told, you've told you in passing, but you do not know this. You just know this is very old, And I think you are smart enough, and the places you've been, you know this is pre-Ascension. Okay. This place existed before this island was thrown into the sky.
Cool. I find that the coolest thing, and I'm drawing all of it.
Lovely. Rock, you put together enough from these symbols, and they're not all of them are complete. Some of them are collapsed, and some of the glass has fallen away onto the floor and things like that. But you put together that this is an old temple to two deities. She who lives beyond the veil and Brother Moon.
Oh.
That's cool.
And I think you know enough to know that she who lives beyond the veil is the goddess of death. It is her duty to take souls into her and allow them to return to the cycle in the right place. She is not generally an openly worshipped god because people don't like to draw the attention of death onto themselves, but she's a very respected god. Brother Moon is considered her closest ally and closest friend. He is one of the twinned siblings, sister sun and Brother Moon, who are responsible for the cycle of night and day. As Brother Moon exists in shadows, at some point the stories go in the distance past, he made an agreement with she who exists beyond the veil to shepherd souls to her domain from the material plane once they were done. It is his responsibility to make sure the dead get where they're supposed to go. Eugene, with your high, you can work out not only that the age of this place, that it is dedicated to these two gods, but you can work out that this is particularly a mausoleum. This would have been an internment space, so very holy to these two deities, and a place that people would come to be prepared for burial, cremation, whatever their preference was. You also know that Brother Moon and she who exists beyond the veil are highly against things like the undead. Like, undeath is a complete anathema to them.
Okay.
So there you go. There's a big lore dump for you all.
Yeah.
Eugene would definitely delight in conveying all of his knowledge to the other two. I read in a book.
I think this is very exciting for Eugene because this is so different from like sketches and drawings, and so much older as well from what you know. This is possibly the oldest thing Eugene has ever seen.
Yeah, he's
That's
very
cool.
excited.
As Eugene's saying it as well, I'm going to like annotate the drawings that I'm doing and be like, oh, so that's for that, and that's for that one.
Mm-hmm. The stairwell leads up beyond, and there is a chamber, and I think by this time you can all notice there is a soft green light coming from inside that chamber.
I am going to once again look at our little glowy-eyed friend and just point towards that chamber and go, your folks?
The rats did not come in to this room.
Okay, in which case I will look for them and see they're missing. And then I will turn back to my companions and just say, I think we're on our own.
Yeah.
Can Eugene cast Detect Magic?
Yes, Eugene can cast. Do you want to take a full ritual, or do you want to use a
Yeah, I'd like to take a ritual because I only have one spell slot left, so it will take me like 10 minutes. But
yeah, so you sit down and start beginning. Are you going to tell
We're
your
in
friends
no
before
rush.
you do it, or are you just going to sit down?
I think
Hey, we're breaking it, I guess.
I think Eugene honestly would just do it. Yeah, he's so keen to find out what's going on that he would be like, ooh, and just sit down and start doing it.
Can we tell that you're casting something? Is there any visuals, or are we just like, is he okay?
This depends. Do either of you have a ritual spell that you know? I think
Not,
because
not at
you
the
guys
moment.
are more. Your magic is more natural to you, sort of thing. It's more physical representation of your.
I don't currently have anything that is a ritual cast.
No. However, you're a little bit more experienced than Aisling is. You may have seen ritual casting before. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm brand new to casting, so I have no idea.
Yeah, although I'll still be slightly sort of confused about Eugene just suddenly deciding to cast something here without. I'll just be a bit like, what do you? Okay.
I guess we're hanging about for a minute.
I'm going to have a look around the chamber.
Okay.
And I'm going to wander around the chamber and see if there's anything else I can pick up from either the symbols or to see if anything here has been... Basically, I'm trying to figure out if I can tell what went wrong, what got disturbed.
In the area you're in at the moment, or are you going to go into the deeper chamber itself?
Oh no, I'm not going there on my own.
I'll have an investigation check for the room you're in then, whilst Eugene is ritual casting. Aisling, what are you doing whilst this is happening?
I feel I want to get a closer look at this cut glass. Not necessarily the symbols, just what the glass sort of looks like, what color it is, where it might have come from.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. I think you don't need to roll for that one. I think we'll resolve Aisling and then we'll come to Rock and then back to Eugene. So it's blue cut glass. It's fairly clear. It's coloured something probably with like cobalt or something just to give it a little bit of colour. But it is just normal glass. There's nothing magical or unusual about it. It's purely decorative. It make a history check for me, actually.
Yeah.
Just it's not important, but it's more of a flavour thing.
That's lucky because that was a 5.
A 5. Just glass, just like any average glass. It's a bit more warm than other glass you've ever seen. It's a nice colour.
How is it attached to the wall?
It's been embedded in.
Oh, okay.
And you probably know that there are some magics that can do that, and there's also some technology that allows you to kind of do that as well.
Cool.
Rock, what did you roll?
My investigation was a 14.
A 14. With a 14, you do notice that there are a lot of footfalls that have come through here and disrupted. You roughly make out about 8 sets of shoes.
Is it like they came in and out, or is it that they just came out or just came in? Or...
Unfortunately, with a 14, you're not quite high enough to work out like all those sorts of details. You can work out about that number of different pairs of shoes, but they come in and out a lot, so you can't work out what the order of things were. You probably need slightly higher for that one, unfortunately. Eugene, what does your detect magic look like when you finish it?
I think it is sort of like a purple like mist that kind of spreads out with Eugene at the center.
Cool.
And sort of like maybe little hands come out from the mist, like spectral, like feeling for magic, almost like literally.
I definitely am like, oh, and that comes with little hands. I'm like, nope.
And if I can add into that flavour, if you want, Theo, like you watch as one of them reaches out and just grabs what looks like a thread, like a silver thread that kind of appears, thrums for a second, and then disappears with the hand. And you see this happen in 2 or 3 different places. This place is hecking magical. Like, there is divine energy coming still. This is still dedicated, so there's still a lot of like residual evocation magic from here for summoning and bringing forth the rites of the gods and things like that. Some necromancy, probably for preserving, and healing, because of course healing comes under necromancy. And you get a ping of something newer and very powerful that feels a little bit like a combination of transmutation and evocation. And it comes from the room that you guys have not gone into yet, where there is this soft green light coming from. And it's enough to kind of almost pull your head to it, because it's hard to ignore.
Okay. So someone did a bad thing in there. Someone did a bad magical thing in there. Someone summoned something or made something, perhaps. Very interesting.
Oh, were you looking for magic stuff? Okay.
Oh,
now we.
Okay. Yeah, I was doing a detect magic spell. Sorry, everyone. I just got a little excited. Yes, very magical in there, but I think we want to be careful.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Is it still in there? Whatever this thing, maybe?
Can I tell that from the spell? Like, is there
you can't
something
tell
in there?
Whatever the spell was used for, you can't tell if it's still active. You just know that something powerful happened in there.
Bad juju.
You've spoken like a true scholar.
I don't know what it is, but I know it's not good news.
Well, I mean, we've got to go in there at some point, haven't we?
Yeah, but I suggest that we do so with caution.
Okay. How? What kind of caution are we talking about?
Could I please cast Mage Hand?
You can indeed cast Mage Hand.
I am going to cast Mage Hand, and I am literally going to use my Mage Hand to pat along the floor in front of us as we walk. So
Genius.
that if there is a trap, it goes off. And it's 30 feet away from us, so as long as we stay the max away from the hand,
Our Mage Hands have done so much patting.
I was just going to say, I don't know why I'm patting again with the Mage Hand, but it's once again patting along the floor as we go and the walls, as if doing the most ridiculous test for bombs.
Amazing. So we'll say this. I'll ask you this: how much can a mage hand carry?
I think it's 10.
Is that 10 pounds?
Bear with, I can have a look. It is only 10 pounds.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going to say for ease of magic, rather than making you roll lots of things, I'm going to let you roll an investigation check with your mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
However, it can only exert 10 pounds worth of pressure. So that although it's not, it can lift and it can push, it's not like it is a human stepping on something.
No, it was more for trip wires or that kind
Absolutely
of thing.
Perfect. Yeah. No, I think that's
but
a really
now,
grand
but
idea.
now that you've pointed out that there are bombs, so traps with pressure plates, we're going to be extra careful. Okay, so investigation for my mage hand. Oh dear. That would be investigation. Oh goody. That would be a 5.
A 5. I mean, clearly your hand is exerting enough pressure to set anything off. Nothing has gone. It's all fine. It's clearly clear.
It's perfectly safe. There is nothing. Nothing has been activated. We're perfectly fine.
So, are you making your way in?
I guess everything's fine.
I am, but I am most definitely not going more than a foot away from these two as we go. We are walking like 3 in a bundle because I am not going anywhere.
like the witches from Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
My God,
that's the best visual. That is how you are entering this room, is it?
Yep.
Yep.
Rocky's
with my mage hand out in front, patting the floor in front of us as we go.
Amazing. I love that visual. That's brilliant.
What a tableau. I'm drawing that.
Yeah. So you guys step up onto these steps that are going forward, and you enter into a larger open room. There is debris and rubble all along one side, which has come from just general collapse and wear and tear. The hallway goes back, and there are 5-foot square pillars, each of them decorated in a very similar way to the ones that you've just come from, with symbols of these two gods intertwined. At the back of the room, there is a raised dais with what looks like an altar, like an old altar, which is slightly dislodged, but it's still, in quite a solid shape. What is probably of most interest is that your eyes are drawn straight to what must be causing this magical pulse. On the floor, before the dais and the steps that go up to it, is a large 15-foot diameter circle which has been daubed in some dark red liquid and softly glows with a green eldritch light. Around it, you can see 6 forms, which initially you think are some sort of statue. And I will have a quick perception check off of you all, please.
Oh, God.
Aha,
6.
22.
6 for me.
6.
5.
5.
I'm looking for traps.
Yeah. I think, Eugene, your attention is, because the strength of the magic coming is immediately drawn to this circle, where you can see the blended elements of different types of magic kind of coming through, and we'll come back to that if you want to in a minute. Rock, you, as you say, you're too busy checking for traps, making sure we're safe. Aisling, those are not statues. Those grey, dusty forms are the cremated remains of 6 humans laid out from the circle, feet towards it, almost as if something burst forward and destroyed them.
I'm gonna, because I'm assuming we're still in Hocus Pocus formation, I'm gonna hit Rock and be like, ah!
What is it?
What? See, they're bodies.
What do they can't be bodies? They're all.
No,
they're
look
all...
at them! Look! Stop patting the ground for like a second and like.
Wait,
look.
bodies? Where are bodies?
And I think,
no, nothing. Don't worry about it, Eugene.
I think that when Aisling points this out, your attention comes back and you can see these 6 forms.
Why is there so many bodies?
Well, at least these won't be sort of cold and clammy. I think they're already a bit dusty.
These ones look
to
a
be
bit.
honest.
Yeah, these ones are a bit dehydrated.
Okay, so just as a general rule, don't disturb the bodies. Doesn't really ever end well if you disturb the bodies, I've been told. Any idea what this circle thing is? Eugene, you're the magic thing.
Can I? Do I have any idea? Can I
Make an Arcana
investigate? 16.
16. You'll need to get closer to get a really good read on it, but the formation and the way that it's designed reminds you of some of the things you read about summoning circles. But there's something not quite right about it. It doesn't look like any summoning circle that you have ever encountered in your books. It's certainly beyond your current ability. But yeah, there's something else there. And you think you need to get much closer to have a look.
Okay. So it appears my initial hypothesis is accurate. Someone has summoned something, I would imagine, or attempted to summon something, but there's something not quite right here. I need to get closer to have a proper look.
Of course you do. Right, come on. Let's careful where you're walking. Let's have a closer look. Can I just, as we're walking, sort of have a look around generally, that we're not like missing that there's something else in the chamber with us?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check for me. If you're particularly looking for something specific. Yeah.
I know this is a bad time, but I just need a quick BRB.
No worries.
That's a 15 for me.
A 15. there is nothing else unusual here other than that circle and the bodies. There is signs people have been through here a lot, probably these 6 people actually. And
Ain't going nowhere now.
yeah, an additional couple of like these boot marks. One of which you kind of work out, well, maybe it's the person who's out front. But no, other than this magic circle and these bodies, nothing really unusual at this point.
And there's nothing left on the bodies. They're just completely...
They look like they have been completely cremated and just left in their pure... You know how, to describe for our viewers, how the bodies that were found after Pompeii, it's very much that sort of thing. Like a burst of fire so powerful that it just kind of scored them like from existence.
That's horrifying.
It is, yes. Magic is bad if you use it badly.
The more you know, kids.
Yeah.
Yes, this public service announcement has been brought to you by some other heroes.
Aisling, I need you to make a quick wisdom saving throw.
Ah! Saving throw! Ah! Nat 20, 25 total.
25? Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm wise.
Wow.
You take half a step forward and you feel like your body freezes up for a second and then you push it down. And a voice in the back of your head goes, No, don't fight me on this. This is not somewhere we need to be right now.
Really? Why?
Trust me on this, my dear. There is some things that are deadly even to me.
Ah, okay. I move back.
Where are you going?
No. Okay, right, no. Just move forward a little bit. Felt dreadful. So strongly advise you guys don't get closer to that.
And I think it's about this time with your conversation that you notice the glow around the circle flicks up and grows brighter. And this smoky form of glowing green energy starts to coalesce and form. And it makes this pillar that's vaguely humanoid shape, but just no details to it whatsoever. And then one face comes forward, and then another, and then another, and then another. And they all kind of look at you, and they're all distinct and different people. And as they kind of settle on you, you kind of feel these waves of emotion come forward, and then one of them settles on anger. And it bursts forwards, and I need Aisling to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Ooh, jeez. Ha ha ha! 21.
21, nice. It suddenly appears right next to you and lashes out with this smoky arm, but you duck almost instinctually. You almost like your body takes control of itself, and you kind of scamper away. You watch Aisling scamper away like a spider for a second, and then stand up again and kind of look a bit confused by what just happened. And this thing just vanishes and reappears in the circle. And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
There we go.
I will put you on the right map.
Do we add our hashtag bless to initiative?
Technically, I think yes, you do. Or you do this one.
Hey,
I have
nice
decided.
One. So I got a 12 then.
Nice. Okay, you move 1 second so I can just make sure that our viewers can see the map. They cannot bear with me. Oh, that is him. There we go. Awesome. So, this map, by the way, is by the wonderful Dungeon Baker. I did mention him earlier. It is a beautiful ruin map that he has provided as part of his Patreon.
Cool.
Just a bit of advertising for our friend there.
Where are we? I just dropped rock on there, but if you...
That
Yeah, I
is
just
a
dropped myself.
perfect place for them.
Okay, fine.
So,
Is this a whopping great big hole?
yep.
Oh, good.
I forgot to describe that. That's there too. Ashling,
Cool.
I think you're off to one side slightly at this point in time after your...
So, what, like here?
Oh, God.
I think that's about right, don't you?
A little bit closer.
I think
Was
that's-
Eugene closer because he was investigating?
I think Eugene and Rock are about the same space. I think you were about to
Okay.
shift forward when this all went a bit funny.
Cool.
Cool. So,
Choosing a new colour.
starting with... okay, they... Too many tabs.
Never too many tabs.
All the tabs. Where is initiative on this? Oh, it's just raw dexterity. Ooh.
Ooh.
What do you mean, ooh?
Ooh, they
Ooh.
rolled really badly. So, starting with
okay.
Ashling, what did you get, my dear, for your initiative roll?
Did I say 12? I think I said 12.
12.
Yes.
Ashling. Eugene,
19.
19, and Rock,
9.
9.
Yeah.
Awesome. Eugene, you are up first.
Eugene's gonna panic a little, and
Good start.
Panic is a free action.
Panic
Yeah.
is a free action.
and I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Awesome. That seems like a reasonable use of your action to me. Do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I might sort of bravely move this way a little.
Awesome. So these pillars you can hide behind. They do provide total cover.
Oh, okay. I will definitely. He would definitely hide.
So, Ashling, it is your go. This thing literally disappeared from the circle and reappeared next to you. Try to attack.
So wait, where about is it? Is it still this thing? Is that the bad guy?
Yeah, it's the bad guy. Yeah. I will ping him
Okay.
so everyone can see.
Yeah.
Or them.
Um.
Them, technically, because there is more
Yeah,
than
there's
one of them.
multiple.
Ugh.
Yeah. ugh. I think I'm gonna instinctively Eldritch Blast it and then do the same as Eugene and just hide behind a pillar.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Go on, make your attack.
Cool. And I can add. Oh, that's another natural 20.
Nice. That's really cool.
I'm doing it on D&D Beyond, so you can fact check me.
I can, because I can actually see. Yes. Cool. Well, roll your. So you obviously your first one is 10 automatically,
Yeah.
and then you add your. You roll again for that one,
Yeah, and I'm gonna agonizing blast it as well with
and
my
then you add your
invocations.
agonizing art on top of that as well. So, for those of you who are newer to D&D, when you roll a natural 20 on an attack, you double the dice, whatever the dice are, for that roll. However, we're doing a homebrew thing whereby if they roll a natural 20, they get their first lot of dice, and dice they would normally roll, maxed. And then they roll their dice again for any additional.
So am I rolling the second attack twice as well?
You don't have 2 attacks yet. You are.
No, I mean like the damage.
Oh, the damage you only roll. Yeah, you only roll once for it. So I think I've confused you. So you get 10 plus your agonizing blast, and then you roll your normal attack damage roll on top of that.
Okay, nice one. So it's 10 plus 2 for the agonizing blast, plus another 10 for the total of the second one.
Ooh, that's nice. That is really good, and that's force damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Level 1, 22 points of damage.
I know, that is the power of a natural 20. So this thing kind of You
level 2, sorry.
You force yourself forward and describe your Eldritch Blast for us, please, because this is such a nice hit. Give me some flavour.
It's gonna start like olive green, and
Yeah.
then as it charges up, it goes bright white, and then fires forward in like a white and black mixture.
Nice.
It kind of looks like vines.
And these twisted vines kind of go from looking quite lush and then kind of end up looking quite bracken as they kind of strike into this thing.
They look quite thorny and creepy.
Yeah, very cool. And then this thing kind of just bursts a little bit and then kind of reforms. And one of the faces changes, and it's this sorrowful one, like it looks like it's crying, and then it changes again, and another one comes forward, and it's rage, pure and unadulterated rage in its face.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind this pillar.
Nice. Rock, it is your go.
Yeah, Rock's just going to notice that everyone is now hiding behind a pillar. And it's just going to go...
Squishy.
Oh, nice. As my bonus action, first of all, I am going to look at Aisling, I think. Yeah, for this round I will look at Aisling, my bonus action, and I am just going to say, You better do something about this! And that will be your bardic inspiration.
Thank you for that inspiring speech.
I know, I am very inspiring. Right, fine. And then, Chris, I need to ask you, please, as a DM, is this a creature, does it count as one creature?
For the mechanics of the fighting, yes, it is a single target creature.
Got it, okay. So, I am going to cast Bane on that creature.
Nice.
So, they have to make a charisma saving throw.
Awesome. They roll a 16.
Which is for my... Oh, damn it, yeah, they pass. Okay. So, I don't think that does anything then. No, it does not.
For the audience at home, do you want to just explain what Bane is?
Sure. So Bane, if they failed their saving throw, it basically means that they have almost an unlucky charm to them. So every time they roll an attack roll or a saving throw, they have to roll a d4 dice and subtract it from the attack roll.
It's like the anti-bless.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is literally the anti-bless. Hashtag not so blessed.
No. Hashtag depressed.
Awesome. Do you want to do anything else with your turn, Rock?
Yes, absolutely. I want to move over here and hide behind a pillar.
As is tradition.
Awesome. So,
I'm not staying out there as
So
the
brave.
target.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who do they go for? It's Eugene. Eugene, I would like you to roll a d6 for me and tell me what you get.
4.
4. Amazing. This thing vanishes from the circle, and you're like, oh god, where's it gone? And it literally appears at your shoulder, Eugene. And it reaches out with this hand, attacks you twice. First time it misses. Second time for a 15.
Yeah, that just hits.
Okay. You take 13 necrotic damage.
What?
God.
Don't tell me you've fallen over again.
I'm not looking good.
Okay. And
Not looking good.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Man, this thing sucks.
Oh god.
What'd you get?
7.
7. For the next turn, you have uncontrollable laughter. As this whole situation is just so ludicrous, and you find it so funny, and this uncontrollable laughter kind of bubbles up. You lose your reaction until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay.
And it just
I feel like we're just watching, like, as you're bloodied and beaten, and we're like,
this thing just literally kind of peers next to Eugene, just reaches into Eugene, and you've seen this sort of magic before, particularly you, Aisling, and it kind of looks like they try and drag Eugene's soul out, and then it's gone.
And then Eugene
Hilarious.
bursts out laughing.
And then Eugene just starts laughing hysterically. Like, has Eugene lost the plot?
Yeah, I'm just going to look at Aisling like that.
Top of the round, it is Eugene's go. So that was you get your reaction back straight away.
oh,
Whew, he's gonna try and like contain himself, like steel himself a little, and cast firebolt at the creature.
Read down here.
Yeah,
Cool.
sort of lean out from behind the pillar.
Make your attack, please.
Oh fuck. 10.
don't forget you've got #bless.
You can
Oh
roll
yeah,
your bless
I
as
would
well.
like to roll my bless. 11.
11. Amazing. That's actually just enough. This thing has enough. Like, it's not particularly fast moving, and it does seem very tied to where it is.
#blessed.
#blessed. So, yes. Hit it with
It's a-
fire.
D10. That's 8 damage.
8 damage. Nice. You see this flame kind of burst into it. Well, I mean, you describe for me. What does your firebolt look like?
So Eugene casts fireball, and then like a round sort of portal opens above the creature, and then out of it comes sort of raining purple fire.
Nice.
Amazing. And it kind of goes in. You kind of see it like explosions in clouds, like this purple light through this green haze, and the faces do run through a gamut of emotions, and it stops with humour. And you do see that it seems like some of it wisps off, but it doesn't do quite as much damage as you think it should have done.
Okay.
Next up, Aisling.
Okay, so is it gone back into its circle?
It immediately disappears back to its circle after it makes an attack.
Okay. I am going to. I think I'm gonna blast it again because that last one went so well.
It is your
So I'm
bread
gonna-
and butter.
I'm a warlock. I
I
must
know.
blast everything. Okay, so I'm gonna pop out from around the corner and try it again with another agonizing blast
Another
as well because I can
agonizing
use
blast.
them
Awesome.
loads.
Remember, you only had your agonizing blast once until they. What'd you get?
Lick it!
Lick it!
Hang on. Do I need to check the game log?
Yeah, I got another nat 20
Amazing!
for real.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you do the 12, roll a d10, and add that to add that to the top of the initial 12 damage.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm going to do it IRL.
This fight may not go as long as I planned.
Good.
I mean, that's pretty good news for Eugene, honestly.
Yeah.
That's another 8 on top of that.
Another 8 on top of that, so that's a 20
also-
in total.
Also, as you have cast a spell and you are bardically inspired,
Yeah.
you get to. Let me just check. Yeah, you can roll your bardic inspiration die if you want, and add that to the damage.
Really?
Yeah, so you can roll a
Oh, I
d6.
didn't know I could do that. I thought it was just advantage on stuff.
This is a magical inspiration that I have.
Yeah, it's a bard feature from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Ooh, okay, so D6 you said.
You add the d6.
Oh, it's a 5.
5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Aisling, in 2 rounds, with some minor assistance from your friends,
No way.
how would you like to describe your kill?
Oh my god. Chris is now
Okay.
like, that was supposed to go on for ages.
That was supposed to go on for another couple of rounds at least.
Sorry.
No, the dice, you rolled what you rolled. The dice tell a story after all, as Bria keeps
Yeah.
saying. I love that. That's one of my favourite new sayings.
I feel like it's gonna. So, how many faces were in this?
There are 6 faces that shift.
I want them to all get split apart and just go out like little candle flames.
Amazing. So you kind of charge in this bolt, which is so pure, and like kind of as it kind of lances forward, these thorns, instead of just striking like a physical magical fist, wrap around this creature, kind of choking it out and just popping these heads off one at a time.
Grim.
I would like you all to make a wisdom saving throw as an explosion of mystical energy echoes through the chamber.
That was a 7. Oh wait, #blessed. Oh no, did blessed count for saving throws? I can't remember what we concluded on that.
Saving throws. For this one it does. Yeah, I'll look it up later
Cool.
and I'll be a better DM about it.
Alright.
Right now I'm being generous, that's fine.
It was only 9. So.
Only a 9, okay. 8 for Rock.
Do
Do you want to add your blessed as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that'll be a 12 for Rock.
12. And Eugene?
19.
19, okay. So, I would like each of you to roll a d6.
2.
4.
5.
5. 2. Aisling. Tell me a moment that made Aisling furious. Like, uncontrollably furious.
I think when she was a kid, pun intended, because she's a satyr. Back at the orphanage, I think, because she had an owl folk who was a really, really good friend of hers, and there were some pretty stuck-up elves that came to visit the orphanage, and they were overtly cruel to the owl folk, who was her friend, and I think that made her go into a bit of a rage, and it got worse because the teachers were trying to like hold her back from that as well, so it just sort of boiled up inside her.
You are lost in this moment, replaying it over and over in your mind. You take 4 psychic damage, and basically it doesn't matter for the terms of the fight, but you are pretty much out of it for the next minute. Rock.
What, just like glazed over?
Just glazed over as you're lost in this. Rock, what did you roll again?
4.
A 4. Tell me a moment that Rock is one of Rock's most funny, humorous moments. The thing that really just made him belly laugh.
Oh, I think it would be a moment from his childhood as well, but it would have been with Camber when he would prank the people who were coming to his sort of family home for whatever business they came there for. And it would be a case of literally playing childhood pranks of using the small amounts of magic that he knew to do things like to trap somebody's shoe in a paving stone, or to tie, basically tie their shoelaces together, kind of pranks. Especially when it was a moment of great formality. And that would be like him and Camber would be besides themselves with laughter, hiding and playing these kind of tricks.
You do take 4 psychic damage, and you are lost in this moment for a full minute.
Wasn't that funny? Okay, 4 damage. Ow.
And Eugene,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
you half psychic damage because
I have psychic damage.
because of
Oh.
your lineage.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Eugene.
I get a headache, like a brain freeze.
Well, you don't feel anything just yet. It's kind of when you come out of it, it's kind of exhausting. Like you've literally been running. You had, well, as you may well know, like you haven't slept, like because you've just had weird dreams or bad memories and just or good memories in this instance that just kept you there. Eugene, what did you roll?
5.
So you, understandably, you don't get lost in it. But tell me of a moment where Eugene just felt so tired with the world, just absolutely exhausted, and just didn't have any fight for it anymore.
I think he would think of a time where he was feeling very misunderstood, coming from a very small town, and he has a very famous father who is like very strong and focused on bravery and brawn, and Eugene is kind of the opposite of that. So I think there would definitely be times in his childhood where he would have felt lost and tired, and like he wasn't measuring up to people's expectations of him.
And I think there is this moment where you nearly get drawn in, but as you are about to go, you shake yourself, and no, you're not that little boy anymore. You are out here doing it. You are out here making your mark. And yes, it is your first day, but look what you and your friends just did. And there's this sort of point of pride that kind of wells up inside of you, and you kind of shake it off, and all the negative emotions just kind of shake off of you, and you are standing where you were, in this strange ancient temple that's been defiled by this weird spell, and you can see your friends just standing there, glazed.
Who's closest to me? I think.
Yeah, I think. Looks like Rock is. Well, they're probably about equidistant, to be fair.
I think I would sort of rush over to Rock and like shake him, kind of not too forcefully, but kind of see if there's anything going on there.
I think at that point, Rock, you will come to, and you will be face to face with Eugene, who is shaking you.
I'm sorry. There was a very weird moment. Something's not right here. Are you all right, Eugene?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
I'm
happened?
fine. It's a small headache, just a weird memory kind of thing. Where is Aisling? Is Aisling all right? Aisling! And I'll just grab Eugene and walk over to Aisling.
She's phased, and her face is this ball of rage, and there's actually tears streaking down like that. So frustrated. Anger.
Can I say as well that my eyes look a bit whiter than they should, like a little bit paler and whiter and brighter, in a bad way?
I think Eugene would like kneel down in front of her and like put one hand gently and tell her that it's not real. You're okay.
And that human interaction just brings Aisling back, but you know that sort of like when you wake up angry and you want to take a swing at something, it's there for a minute, like a good few seconds afterwards. I don't think you do, but like for the next few seconds, you're just uncontrollably angry at the world.
She like drags her hooves like an angry horse would, kind of thing.
And Rock will put his hands gently on her shoulders and look straight at her and just say, "Are you all right?"
Yep. Well, no, but yep.
It did feel quite real, didn't it?
Everything's a bit tense at the moment. Yep. It'll go away.
Well, we're
But
here.
thank you for
and
snapping me out of it.
We're all fine. You're okay. You're perfectly safe with us. Well, he says, looking around the room. I think we're perfectly safe, thanks to you, largely. It appears you evaporated, whatever that was.
Yeah, it seemed that went pretty well, didn't it?
Could be, unless there's another one. Eugene, is it still all sort of magic-y?
Yeah, can Eugene kind of go up and take a closer look?
Absolutely. Make an Arcana check with advantage.
I think I watch Eugene move a bit slower than we're used to, and I'm like, he's poorly.
Yeah, he's kind of dragging one leg.
I'm fine.
Blood pouring out his ears. Is like
Yeah, a 16.
A 16.
It was Arcana, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Yeah, 16.
This magic is beyond you. It is still active, and you probably should report in to somebody more capable than you guys are to get rid of it.
Okay.
What I will tell you with a 16, though, you can see what is wrong about this summoning circle. This summoning circle does draw something to it, but it also at the same time tries to go somewhere.
Curious. Okay, I think we should probably report back to the guild about this. It's too powerful a magic for me to be able to like deactivate.
Can we like rub the runes out or something? Will that deactivate it?
I think it's a little more complicated than that, and I don't know if that would be smart.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, we should definitely report back. Eugene, you're looking a little peaky. You okay?
Yeah, I've sort of felt better, honestly. I do think I have a potion still, though, so I'll take that potion.
It's all right. Save the potion. Save the potion. You'll learn as an adventurer. Potions are very expensive. I am going to cast Healing Word on Eugene.
Oh, awesome.
And so I will cast Healing. Oh, that wasn't very good at all.
It's 5 hit points. It's 5 hit points.
Yeah, 5 hit points.
Better than 2 that
It's
I'm
better
currently
than
on.
2.
Jesus.
That came really close, didn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I was on 15.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are alright, I feel like that's a really good place to go into our intermission. Go and have a bio break, grab a cup of tea, and put some food in your belly if you need to. Guys, thank you very much for watching the first half of this. We will be back in 10 minutes. So that will be 5 to 5, our time, BST. Go and grab a drink, or stick around, because there are things in the video which we are playing on that, which we'd love you to see. But have a quick break, and we will see you shortly. Awesome.
most. Yeah, maybe. Hmm. Um,
I don't think they can hear you, Chris.
Sorry, that's my fault. Hello, sorry. Well, we are back.
Ooh, that's some.
I know. Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me now. It's my fault. Yay!
Yep.
There we go. Right, so we're back. The heroes have just fought their first big fight against a strange creature with multiple emotional, spiritual representation, which hurt Eugene quite badly, and then took a significant amount of damage from our lovely Satyr Warlock. Now they are standing around in this slightly defiled temple, thinking about their next move. So what would you like to do next?
I guess we should probably let the monarch know what's going on. Because I don't think we're going to get out of here if we don't.
Nah, I feel like the monarch's going to be one of the only ones that can help us out with this.
Do you think this is sort of done now? Is this what we had to do for the monarch, do you think? Get rid of that?
Well, let's hope so.
I do hope so. Right. Okay. Back to the place where the rats are. Yes?
Yeah,
I
back to
guess.
the tunnel.
Okay.
Out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yep, agreed.
I'm going to grab the lantern, which I would have put down on the floor, and I'm going to lead the way, because obviously they need me to lead the way, obviously.
Oh, yes. I mean, we're just where are we? What's happening?
I'm going to constantly say things like, just sort of looking back, going, what's your step there? What's your step? Even though I know they don't need it. And I'm going to just walk
Me and Eugene
forward.
just exchange glances whenever you do that, like, oh.
This
one.
Rude. I am going to just keep an eye out to see when we get, sort of, if I see any rats.
You do. You see 10 rats that were watching you as you entered this area, all sort of sat in a group, waiting for you as you return. And it's slightly eerie and slightly funny at the same time, as they all stand up on their hind legs and bow to you.
Oh, as soon as that happens, Rock is like immediately into full sort of performance mode. So he's going to sort of throw his cloak open and bow most kind of elaborately, and then stand up and say, "Oh, don't stop! It was nothing. It was nothing." And then I shall grab Aisling and pull her forward and say, "Aisling did all the damage. Really, she was most magnificent. And Eugene was a master of magic. You may tell the monarch that we have accomplished what we set out to do."
Yeah, what he said.
There is a rush and a chittering, and rats come from every corner and make the form of a huge rat head behind these 10. We saw your deed. We will hold our part of the bargain.
Huh.
You have our thanks. With this creature gone and not devouring us, we are free to return to the deeper tunnels.
Of course.
We will guide you back to where you need to be. And should you need our help in the future, you may find us where rats swarm. And it just dissolves into rats like swimming and scampering away quickly again.
I'm just going to say to Aisling and Eugene, just going to go, but that could come in handy, having someone like that owe us a favour.
Favour from the Rat King.
Oh,
The monarch, I think. The monarch, not the rat. Different
oh
thing.
yes, sorry.
Maybe. Yeah, and then just look out for any rats showing us which way we're supposed to go.
So 10 rats that stayed behind were there when you came out, stayed behind, and they guide you back to where you are. And I think, Aisling, with the second pass, you can actually fill in more detail about what you want for your maps. And you're able to get a really good grip on how this actually structure works. And you can actually build something that will guide members of the Adventurers Guild to come down here and disarm that magic circle easily. You're led through the sewers back through to that chamber where you first met the Rat King. It feels slightly echoey and empty without the rats here now. Almost devoid of life, whereas before it was just thrumming with this strange, like, semi-sentient legion of rodents.
Gentrification. Ruins everything.
As soon as you guys step beyond that to the tunnel where you first came in, the 10 rats kind of scamper in front of you, and then kind of create like a 5-rat parade ground so you guys could walk through and watch you leave.
Eugene gives them a little wave.
One of them waves back.
Yeah.
It's the white one.
I'm just going to give.
So excited.
I'm going to give the white one a little, like, appreciative nod.
I'm going to call you Stephen.
Got a quirk.
Do you say that to the rat, or do we hear that as well?
Well, I said it to the rat, but you're in earshot.
Okay, good. I'm like, bye, Stephen.
Stephen the
Okay.
rat. Excellent. I shall have to add that.
Stephen.
Get Stephen's stats together.
Yeah, he's coming along on our adventures next.
Oh, yeah.
There you are. There's your fourth party member sorted out. Stephen the rat.
Yay!
Hey, we've already got one rat.
Yeah,
I was going to say, we've got Pocket, so that's our,
Yeah.
that would be our 5th member. Pocket's our 4th.
Dear. So, you make your way back into the tunnel, and you are in familiar territory very quickly. As soon as you step beyond these tunnels into the newer tunnels below the city that you know. Aisling, make a history check, I think.
With hashtag blessed.
Your blessed has gone now, by the way. Sorry.
Ow!
Not permanently blessed. Like, only for your mission.
What's the point then? I was a 15 anyway, so.
15, that's good.
Yeah.
You work out roughly, I mean, you don't know the city terribly well yet, but you do work out that would have been quite close to the heart of the city where you were before. So you've travelled quite far underground, like today.
Cool.
There may be other ways down, but for now you've got a really solid map, and you can guide whoever needs to come down here to sort it out. To do so.
Okay.
And we have to return to Dom Teodric.
Yes.
You get back to the steel ladders that led you down here, and the grate is still open where you left it. You can climb back up to the back of Dod Teodric's.
I climb carefully this time.
You take your time, and you do not need to roll for it. It's fine.
Despite
Good. I
those
learned
slippery
my
little
lesson.
hooves.
I learned my lesson. I'm climbing carefully.
Amazing. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world for you to do, but you do manage it.
I need to get some little goat walking boots.
Yeah.
Um,
Note to self.
So you are back on the surface behind the warehouse, and you actually left the door open, and there is a worker sitting out there with a small clay pipe. Kind of looks up as you come out of the grate, and kind of raises an eyebrow.
I'm just going to say,
All right.
guild business, official guild business. Thank you, coming through.
Oh, well, official guild business smells rather ripe.
I'm just going to cast a
Rude.
glance at Eugene.
And
You were the one in the sewage.
puffs on his pipe a little bit. I suppose you want Teodric, don't you?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
He kind of leans over and goes, Dodd! And there's kind of, you hear footsteps approaching, and the familiar form of Dodd Teodric pokes his head round the door. Ah, you came back. We were worried about you. You were gone for quite some time. Is everything all right? Your friend you look like you've all seen some. Well, and he kind of looks at poor Eugene and he goes, excrement at this point, I would say.
Well, rude.
Are you okay? Do you need anything? Were you able to find
A
anything?
bath.
Yeah, a bath.
I am not going to disagree with you on that one. You reek to the high skies.
I mean, if you have
All
any
right,
healing
okay.
potions-
Let's stop being rude.
Well, I didn't
I feel
mean
I'm
you
gonna
go
get
wading in sewage. I thought you would just find a way they were getting into the warehouse. I mean,
you did send us
Via
into the
sewage.
sewers.
I should find how they're getting in. Not well, fair enough. I mean,
Regardless, we have found how they're getting in, and we have in fact solved this problem for you. I think you'll find.
really, what was causing it?
I'm going to get a rolled bit of paper out from my thingy that I have on my back and just hand it to him.
This is a map of the sewers. What's this?
Yeah. But Rock will tell you, like, there's a thing in there that you need to get to.
Oh, I think that's better left for the Adventurers Guild, to be honest.
So this is what's causing the rat problem.
Yeah, no offense, but you're not equipped to dispel magical circles.
No, that's why I'm paying good money for you lot to come down here and sort it out.
All right, no need to be snappy. Thank you.
Sorry,
And I shall
he kind of touches his head. I'm really
grab
sorry.
the map
It
back.
has been a stressful few days, but you found what you were looking for.
Yeah, and the rats will no longer be a problem.
Okay, fantastic.
There is something down there, though, that we couldn't deal with.
So you're going back to the guild to get that sorted, I presume.
We are
Yes.
indeed.
Okay. Would you like a lift back to the guild? We have a cart going up to Artifact Way at the moment, and it's probably more pleasant for you than walking around feeling a bit
Rockwell?
battered and warm.
Rock will immediately say, "Oh yes, oh I could definitely do with that. My feet are killing me."
Excellent. And leave it a couple of days if you guys are, if you three of you are true to your word, and I have no more rat problems, the payment will be released. And considering you were so fast, I'll see if I can throw in a bit of a bonus for you.
Nice.
Rock is both offended that he said, "If we're true to our word," but also quite excited by the fact that we may be earning some more money. So he's just quiet and has a very weird look on his face.
I mean, you probably work out from Dodd's point of view, like this problem has been solved before and then come back. So he's probably just wants to make sure that actually he's not going to have any unnecessary rats in his warehouse.
Ah, but this time it was sold by some other heroes.
Did the thing.
I am loath to do this, but I feel like that deserves an inspiration if you haven't got one already.
Inspiration to me.
Yeah, I feel like that was very good. Well done. You can. I hate myself for doing this, but I will give you a point of inspiration for that.
You are very kind, sir.
Amazing. So the cart it's not a particularly fancy cart. It's a well-made like trader's cart basically, and you kind of settle in and amongst all the trade goods, and the cart goes through the city. Yes.
Before we actually get on the cart to move, I just want to look around either in the warehouse or anywhere that's nearby, and I just want to see if there is a random goods shop that I could buy a couple of things from. Literally just like run out and grab something.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for like a cloth and a brush, and possibly like some kind of spray that smells nice and clean stuff.
Roll me a...
Or just something that I can steal from the storeroom in the warehouse, quite frankly.
Some fantasy Febreze.
Roll me a... Well, if you're having a quick look around the warehouse, roll me a quick persuasion check.
I would like some fantasy Febreze, please. What did you say? Persuasion check?
A quick persuasion check whilst you're looking around the waiting for the cart.
Oh yeah, that would be an unnatural 20.
Oh! I mean, you're kind of looking around, and I think one of the workers kind of says, what are you looking for? And you kind of explain your general sort of idea, and he goes, I tell you what, you've done us a good turn, bear with us. And he disappears, and he comes back with the materials that you're kind of looking for. And they're reasonable quality, and Dodd says it's fine. You can have them.
That's probably because they thought I was just going to use it as opposed to take it. But I will take it.
No. I mean, they know you mean to take, so they provide. It's not to them. It's a little bit of a cut into the profits, but it's nothing major considering it's you taking them as opposed to rats eating them.
This is true. So I'm going to take those with, and once we are on the cart and it is moving, I am just going to say to Aisling, just help me out here, and I'm going to give her some stuff to say to Eugene. Now, you must be presentable for the guild.
You guys aren't going to pat me down again, are you?
Not spectrally, no. But
I don't know what's worse.
You must be presentable for the guild. You are an adventurer now. Adventurers don't walk in with excrement on their clothing. Come along, and I'm just going to start brushing the shit off Eugene and trying to sort of
like
shine
an
up.
Embarrassing mum. Like, come here.
Yeah, lick it.
Well, Eugene will literally be subject to, at some point, Rock going and wiping his face. And then just kind of brushing it off. Adventurers must be presentable, and you are my responsibility today. You will not go into the Adventurers Guild like this. And yes, anyway, let's get you clean. Come along now.
Isn't this proof of my adventuring?
No, that would be the blood caked on your clothing. Come along. And I've just helped clean Eugene off. And that will be all.
Oh, boy.
Amazing. I think your cart journey is slightly embarrassing, Eugene, as you are mothered by the large white dragonborn who
I'm guessing that people we're passing can see all of this as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few curious looks. I don't think anyone sort of says anything. I think the cart driver is probably snickering a little bit when they think that they can get away with it. Actually, it's quite a burly woman.
Ashling's finding it hilarious.
She knows that she can get away with it.
Ashling's laughing out loud.
I mean, Eugene is used to this kind of treatment from his mother, so I think he's kind of resolved himself to this.
Is there a bit of a fight situation. And then you just give up?
Like, fine.
And I mean, you're not clean. You are still going to need to clean your clothes and things like that, but you at least feel a little bit better. And like Rock sprays like this sort of flavored water, like not quite a perfume, but like flavored.
Oh, I do have perfume.
And things like that just kind of lifts the whole smell up a bit, and just makes you feel makes you feel a little bit better.
Also, do we get a long rest on the cart?
Yeah, it's a 7-hour journey. No, it is not. It is barely a short rest. It takes you about 20-30 minutes to get back. Okay. And also, you are busy. You are actively helping poor Eugene
Mhm.
To be fair,
Can't rest and cleanery at the same time.
I was thinking more about Eugene than us.
Eugene, unfortunately, does not have an opportunity to do so either. So it's probably about middle afternoon, I would say, about this point in time when you kind of do get back, and the cart pulls up, and the lady lets you off the cart, and she's well, thank you for your help today. In the nicest possible way. I hope we don't see you in relation to this again. But it would be nice to see you all about. You're a fun bunch.
Oh, thanks.
You are most
Is that a
kind.
compliment?
It's a compliment. But I shall reach out and take her hand and kiss her hand gently as I leave.
All right.
Whereas Aisling is like, first adventure, yeah! And waits for a high five from her.
Yeah, Eugene gives you a high five.
She gives you a high five as well. She's
Rock,
intrigued
does
by
Rock
the dragon.
high five?
Rock goes for a high five, but just ever so slightly later than everyone, so it's just a kind of awkward, like, yeah! Oh.
Oh.
Right, come along. We must report back. Come on.
So it's later in the day, and the Ogre's Rest is a much busier place right now. You have all sorts of people. There is a particular adventurer that you saw before who is nursing a wrapped head with a female cleric sitting opposite him, and she kind of gives Rock a look as he comes in, and she just shakes her head. Ran straight into a cow. She says, we didn't even get to the skyship in time.
Oh dear.
And she
So brave.
and he's this kind of like he's a really hefty lad, like quite a young lad, but like really hefty looking guy, but clearly not the brains of the outfit. There's also all sorts of other people around, and I think you first, in terms of the people who run the guild, the first person you set eyes on is, of course, Neve, who is standing in front of the bar, talking to a smart-dressed tiefling woman in a slightly gold-brocaded coat, with a large staff in one hand, and she kind of looks you over, and she kind of waves you over as soon as you come back through. All three of you, yeah, just like waves you over.
Okay.
You're back quick. How did it go? She says, and she's like,
Rock will suddenly be on absolute best behaviour with Neve, and there'll be no showing off or anything, and he will just say, I think we achieved what we set out to do. Aisling and Eugene were most capable, very, very definite additions to the Adventures Guild, I think you'll find.
oh, that's good to hear, and Dietrich will no doubt want to hear that as soon as he gets back. She looks over at Eugene, she goes, are you alright, lad? You look a little green around the gills.
Yeah, I'm all right. I just need a sit down. Would be nice.
And she kind of goes, and Bonnie, and she just taps the tiefling on the shoulder, and this tiefling turns around, and she's a beautiful woman. She's got the hair sort of all swept back and things like that. And she's actually taller than Rock, with these long cresting horns that come back on themselves. Would you mind helping our young friend out? And she goes, of course. And she weaves her fingers, and you see like the dirt just literally just drop off of Eugene and pool into a puddle, which she then lifts her hands up and it just goes.
Wow.
You're gonna need to
That
tell
was
me how you
good.
did that.
Oh, do you not know prestidigitation? Oh dear, you'll that will come in most handy if you want to keep yourself spick and span out on the road.
You must learn that one.
Neve, and she leans in, and there's kind of like a slight flirt to this woman. She's a little older than Neve, but there's quite clearly something there. And she goes, be a darling, and just make sure that for their first bonus they get a little spell scroll so that this little one can learn something special. And Neve just rolls, she goes, I'm not showing favouritism just because you've taken a fancy to a half-elf.
Eugene goes bright red at this point.
I will just very, very matter-of-factly mutter, it's very well deserved.
Oh, fine. Yes, all right. Bone only because you guys came back really quick. Take a seat. I'll send over a couple of drinks. Rest up. As soon as Dietrich's back, I will point him over to you. And I feel like this is a good point to say you all level up.
Yay!
So what we're going to do for this one is we'll quickly go through options and things for level 3.
Oh boy.
It's always fun, this one. And we'll do it
Level 3's a
in
big one.
reverse alphabetical order by class, which means wizard first.
Ooh.
For a change, as opposed to having to wait patiently for everybody else. At 3rd level, you don't get any special abilities, but you do start getting your 2nd level spells.
Ooh, yay.
Would you also like to roll your hit points?
Yes.
So basically what will happen is Eugene gets a little tougher, a little stronger, and a little hardier, and it's slightly harder to kill now. But still squishy, because wizard.
Yeah.
What did you get?
What is my hit die? I
1d6.
can't find it. Oh, it's a d6.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
rolled a 1.
Then you get a 4.
Okay.
You get a 4, and you add your Constitution modifier on top of that as well. And that is your new
Okay.
permanent hit points. So that adds on to what Eugene already has, and that will be their new hit point total going forth. You'll get everything else back when you have a long rest as normal, but we'll just play out this point now. Next is Warlock. And there is something that you need to choose for this one, so we're going to do something in a little while which will help with that one, but if you would like to roll your...
Is that the pact?
It is a pact boon, yes.
Cool.
You also get more spells, and you don't get more spell slots because that doesn't happen for a long time. But would you like to roll a d8 for me? Did we just lose Charlie again?
Sorry, I missed that. I froze.
Oh.
That's all right. Can you roll a d8 for me?
Yep.
Got an 8. What'd you get?
No. I froze. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
what
right.
did you say?
Can you roll me a d8, please? Poor Charlie.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That was a 4. So.
That was a 4, so it gets a 5.
Yeah.
Plus your Constitution
Yay.
modifier. And that's added on to your
Oh,
permanent
plus
hit
my
points.
con. Okay. Nice one.
And then Rock. Now, mechanically, Wayne and I have already talked about what Rock is going to choose. So at this level, Rock gets his Bard College. And Wayne, would you like to tell them what you've selected?
Certainly. So my Bard class is the College of Creation.
Yep. And we will go into a little bit more about that because we have some flavour for the story related to that. You get 2nd level spells. You also get expertise, which means for you, 2 skill proficiencies of your choice are doubled. So that is really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And could you roll me a d8?
Indeed. D8. Oh, yes, it's an 8.
Nice. Well done. So
Hey.
you get 8 additional hit points plus your Constitution as well, obviously.
So let me just manage hit
Constitution
points.
I should say.
So, come on, load. So that's plus my Constitution, which I think is it's a 1. Okay, that's not.
So, yeah, so 9 extra hit points.
Excellent.
Nice. So don't worry about selecting everything for the minute, guys, because we can do that off stream rather than letting everyone watch you flick through books trying to find your new spells and things like that. We'll have them prepared for the next session. However,
Are you sure? Is this not entertaining?
However, we do have a few moments. Before we get into that, though, what did the three of you do with the rest of your first day together before you retire in the evening? At some point, Dietrich will reappear, but you have pretty much the late afternoon and the evening to yourselves.
I would probably, as soon as we have spoken to Dietrich and told them what's going on and that we, got rid of everything and blah, 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 and obviously handed them Ashling's incredibly detailed map, I would have persuaded / twisted arms of Aisling and Eugene to sit and have a celebratory drink with me
Nice.
at the Ogre's Rest.
Nice.
Probably ordering something that was way too strong for both of them.
Yeah,
That's fine. I think that's a really good way that you guys sort of eventually go to sleep, kind of like stagger up to your new rooms and things like that.
yeah. Aisling definitely gets a bit pissed.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I just want to say I had like a really good time with you guys. It was so good.
You are quite frightening when you're angry.
Yeah, but that was like a whole thing. So
Yes,
like,
it
don't
was.
even worry about it.
Quite.
So, Aisling, is there anything that you want to achieve before you turn in for the night? Oh no. Every time I ask Charlie a question at the moment, isn't it?
Without freezes.
I know, it's rubbish. I can hear you now.
Ah, awesome. Is there anything
What did you say?
Aisling would like to do before she gets drunk and eventually turns in?
At the moment, it's just chatting to her comrades and just seeing how everyone's doing and asking them very intrusive questions.
Amazing. I think we'll save the intrusive questions for now. We'll just kind of general. Is there anything in particular that you want to know about either of them, though?
I think I've been staring at the horn that Rock has broken off for a while, so I'm quite curious about that. And I think I sort of keep looking at it, and maybe Rock picks up on that.
Yes, is it?
What? I mean, what? Where's the other bit?
What are you talking about?
On your. I mean, I've got them too, but I've got like. They're
My
all there.
horns?
Yeah.
Why, what's wrong with my horns? And I'm going to reach up and touch the broken one and go,
Ah!
and it just burst out laughing. Laughing so silly. And just say, oh,
What are you doing?
It's a very long story, my dear. It was a most threatening adventure. It was on an airship, in fact. But fortunately, I did survive, and I did save the young children that were on the ship with me. And so, one must make sacrifices in the face of great adversity.
I'd like to insight check.
By all means.
Yes.
Is it a contested insight check?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to tell people whether Rock's telling the truth or not. So it's either a persuasion or a deception check, Rock. Your choice.
Okay.
I'm fully persuaded. I don't even need to roll for that.
Amazing.
Okay.
What did you get, Eugene?
19.
I got 21.
Oh, it's really hard to tell. You think he's telling the truth. I mean, he's fairly much embellishing because you've been with Rock enough today to realise that's exactly what he does. But there certainly seems to be a kernel of truth to what he's saying.
Okay.
But yes, I shall complete my story, and then I will just turn to Eugene and say, so where are you from exactly, Eugene?
The twins. I'm We're the twins from the twins. Me and
You've
my
got a
sister, I
twin?
mean. Yeah. Twin
Oh,
sister.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, she's all right.
And your family? They also from the twins? Is that?
Yeah. They live on the twin. Well, my dad, he's not around a lot, but
Oh.
my mum and my sister, they live there.
Is your family travellers then? Your father a traveller?
Eugene looks reluctant to talk about this, but he kind of had imagined that it was going to come up at some point. So he resolves himself to tell the story. But well, my dad, he's kind of an adventurer, I guess.
Oh, is he very well known then?
Somewhat.
Well, come along then. Who is it?
His name's Alfred Appleby. He's
Your father is Alfred Appleby? Shh. Sorry, your father is Alfred Appleby.
yes,
Your father.
yes, I know. We're not very similar.
Rock,
Okay then.
Rock, I think at this point, you're right. Eugene's right. Eugene doesn't really take after Alfred. But there's something around the eyes and the shape of the way his mannerisms come through. Eugene is definitely Alfred's wife's child.
Well,
Has
I mean, it's a
Aisling-
very well-known family. Obviously not the whole family, but your father is very well known. I have heard many stories about your father and his deeds.
Yeah,
Well,
everyone has.
Are they here? They're coming to see you, perhaps?
What, my dad? Well,
Yes.
I doubt it.
Oh.
I mean, I'd rather he didn't. It's not like I don't love him. And it's not like I'm not thankful. But I'd like to stand on my own 2 feet. I don't really tell people that he's my dad.
To write your own story?
Yes, exactly.
It's at that point that Rock gets sort of immediately changes his whole demeanor into being a little more less performance orientated, and he just reaches a hand out and touches Eugene and says, "I think all of us must write our own stories, no matter what the expectations are of us from our families. So I completely understand."
And Eugene kind of lifts his glass and cheers to that.
I shall cheers to that as well.
Ashling's had a few drinks, so she's like, "That was beautiful." Oh.
And in answer to your question, which was coming through, I don't think Aisling necessarily would have. Not because it's not wouldn't have got to where Aisling grew up, but it's just not the sort of thing that Aisling was interested in growing up.
No, but she's kind of mirroring Rock's response to it, so she doesn't seem completely out of the loop. She's like, "Whoa, Mr. Appleby, woo!"
But I think I do think that Aisling does get that whole sentiment about writing your own story. I think it's something that Aisling
definitely
believes in as well, from what we've discussed.
I think if we stay there for a little while longer, and so I think Rock, although not getting drunk, I think after a couple of drinks, Rock will nudge sort of Aisling and Eugene and just go, "Watch this," and then he's going to watch as adventurers come to the bar, and as one of them gets to the bar, just as they're about to sit on the bar stool, he's going to cast Mage Hand and move the bar stool just enough that they miss the stool as they sit down, and then turn around and carry on talking to Eugene as if nothing has happened. That was a very well done.
Play it cool.
Very well done. Yes, play it cool, Aisling. Yes, just like that, dear.
I'm really.
I think there's enough guffaws and chuckles around the bar area that you guys get away with it, even though you're like Aisling is not particularly discreet at this point. But yeah, the adventurer kind of like goes beet red, like pulls himself off, dusts themselves off, and then kind of like kicks the stool as if it was an offending party, and then like holds it and sits on it properly, and then kind of like, shoulders down, like as if like trying to ignore the room around them.
I'm going to say, as if in all genuineness, but with just a little too much volume, I'm just going to say, those stools are remarkably difficult to sit on.
There is a growl, and this figure comes towards you and goes, "What did you say?" And you find yourself face to face with a Goliath.
Nothing. He didn't say anything, sir.
Oh,
No.
and he kind of just prods Rock a couple of times. Just watch it, and then kind of stomps back to his stool. And at that point, I think Neve kind of like actually just physically wraps him over the knuckles with a stick that she keeps behind the bar, and you hear her say, "You do not get in the faces of my other clientele. Do you hear me?" And you actually see this Goliath shrink down almost in size, like become like a child.
I love Neve.
Rocker's face is just like, when you're at school and someone else gets into trouble behind you or near you, and you're like that.
Amazing.
But not moving at all in case Neve notices.
I think you quietly get away with that. Eventually, you all come to the end of your evening, and one by one, you make your way back to your rooms. Rock and Eugene, are you sharing, or do you have separate places for now?
Oh, no, separate places, most definitely.
Okie doke. And I think we will start with Aisling. Aisling, as you settle down, you put your hand in your pouch, and your finger brushes against something cold and hard. And you pull out another puzzle piece. And you're like, well, where did that come from? And in the back of your mind you hear, "Surprise! I didn't just save your life, dear. I had something I wanted there."
What? When? What?
And you
When? Where was that?
remember when this creature struck out at you and you dove forward, you put your hand into one of the packs that had been left behind by these people who had clearly set up this ritual, and almost instinctually just grabbed hold of this piece and stuffed it in your own pack without even thinking about it, almost like you lost control of your body for a moment.
Amazing.
Now, my dear, we have a little journey to do, so would you mind putting that where it's supposed to be, and we can get on with this?
It's bedtime. Journey?
Oh, trust me, this is very much worth your while.
Right. And then she gets out a fairly small white box and puts the puzzle piece into the box.
So the white box is made from an alabaster stone, and each of it has ancient runes in it, and there's missing pieces. And as soon as Aisling slots this piece in, there is a click that echoes around the room, and echoes and echoes and echoes, and then the room seems to melt away, and you are on a familiar plane of ash and dust, standing before a large alabaster throne. Behind you, you hear a voice. "You have done so well, and we are getting so much closer to where we should be. I have a gift, and it is your choice what it is."
Oh,
laid out on the step before the throne, this empty throne, this eerie, strange landscape, are 3 silver items. One of which is a long sword, carved in silver with an alabaster hilt, and strange wrapped vines of thorns up it. Next to that is a book, a hefty tome with a strange alien face carved into the front of it. Lastly, there is a chain stuck to a wooden post that is pulling as if there's something attached to it, and smoke, like formless smoke, in the middle of it. I can only give you one, and the choice is yours. But there is a tool here to aid you if you want it.
What?
Choose.
What tool?
You feel little hands on your shoulder. And you kind of look down and you see these long little white fingers. One will give you more spells that will allow you to cast rituals and do other magic as you grow stronger. The other is a companion, a friend and loyal that you can probably rely on even more than these 2 new friends you've made, who I approve of, by the way.
Thought you would.
The last is a blade, a weapon that will take any form you want, that will radiate with the strength of your sheer force and magnitude and bring your enemies low.
What? I mean...
We have little time.
What is...
You must choose.
Why? God. I mean, what is at the end of that chain?
Whatever you want
it doesn't look like anything.
Be.
And the book, I'm assuming that's the spells?
Will give you access to more magics, yes. Not powerful yet, but later, maybe.
If I choose one, can I get the others later on?
I'm afraid not. That is not how this works. I am limited to how much I can give you, you know that. But we will grow stronger, and when we do, oh, the things I will show you, my little satyr.
Okay, alright. I like the look. I hate the face on it, but I like the look of that book.
You reach for this book, and its eyes open, and
Don't like
you
that.
realise that they are actually your own eyes looking back at
Nope.
you.
Can I change my mind?
Too late. The room melts away, and you find yourself laying on the bed, and on your chest is an almost exact replica, but with a satyr's face.
Oh, I throw it across the room.
In gentle repose, like, and you realise it's not quite, but it's close to your own face. It's like a very stylized version. And you now have the Pact of the Tome.
Ooh. I'll have to find out about that.
Which means you will get additional cantrips, and later you can learn rituals and something along those lines as well. So,
Hey!
Eugene, you are getting ready for bed. I mean, how drunk is Eugene at this point?
I'd say he's pretty drunk at this point. Yeah, he's sort of stumbling a little, I'd say.
Lads.
But you know how, like, when you've had a little bit too much to drink and you're getting undressed, you are, like, unnaturally, like, competent? So, you always remember to take all your jewelry off somehow and, like, you know, put your shoes where they should be somehow, even though you're really drunk.
I love that, yeah.
I love this idea that Eugene is basically just lining all, like, his spell books and like, folding all his stuff up just neatly and... and going...
But he's sort of, like, swaying while he's doing it. He knocks things over. He's like...
Yeah, absolutely. I think at the point you're kind of in your small clothes and about to jump into your bed, you hear a small tap at the window.
Okay, he's gonna pick up a shoe and sort of tentatively go towards the window, like open the curtain.
On the other side
Hello?
is a crow with a letter in its beak. It just taps the window again.
He opens the window slowly.
The crow hops in,
Oh.
looks at you, and then drops the letter.
Thank
Blinks at you
you.
twice, hops
Sir?
out the window, and flies away.
He just kind of rubs his eyes. Like, how much did I drink? Did that really happen? And then he looks down and sees the scroll and is like, okay, I'm going to pick up the letter.
The letter is penned in a very familiar hand and has your name on it. And it's sealed with the house of a particular gnome family that you are familiar with.
Okay, he opens it straight away.
Inside, there is a letter, obviously, addressed to you, and it says the following. My dearest Eugene, I am very sorry I cannot be there for your first steps into adventure, but I do have some points of advice. Find a couple of friends and keep close to them.
Check.
This is dangerous business, but I know that you can do it. You are far more skilled and powerful than you give yourself credit for. Know that your uncle loves you deeply, and I will return to you as soon as I can. Signed, Uncle Perb.
Eugene just kind of gives a big grin and folds up the letter and puts it with the rest of his neatly arranged stuff.
And then falls asleep, I assume. When finally, Rock. How does Rock try and stay up any longer, or does Rock just crash out with his friends?
No, Rock is not nearly as drunk as they are, just because he's like twice their height and size and a dragonborn. But he will make his way upstairs, and he's kind of used to making his way up from the pub, and he will go up and just going about his usual routine, and thinking over what's happened on the day and trying to kind of figure out how this all fits into his plan of being an adventurer, and he's just lost in thought as he's getting ready for bed.
Excellent. I think you settle down and you are thinking of these things, and sleep slowly takes you. And as you settle down in dreams, you find yourself dreaming of an open plain, dark grey grass flickering in like strange wind, tumbling thunderheads noiselessly moving across the sky, and a flash of light, 3 different places, and illuminated in that is the shape of something huge and serpentine. Tell us a story, ancestor of the first song.
I will immediately say, choose which of these stories: a story of adventure, a story of love, or a story of death.
There is a rumble, and you feel the earth move beneath you, and the sand, the sort of grass gives way almost to sand, and you see something long and powerful moving through the earth. And just as it goes past, the shape of a crest of something long and draconic, and 2 horns just dive back in. We choose a song of love. Tell us a story of love.
And I will begin to tell them a tale. And I will tell them a tale of lovers who were born on opposite sides of the world, of lovers who were drawn together over decades without knowing what was driving them, but both drawn to a place and a time, but not knowing that the other was there. And I'll tell the story of how they multiple times just missed each other, how their paths almost crossed but not quite, and how they were both near giving up hope before they both accidentally met. And in sharing their vulnerability with each other, because they were at the point of giving up, something connected, and that there was suddenly this revelation that this other person was something that was stronger. There was a connection to this person that they didn't really understand. And I will then tell how they became these amazing people who helped shape cities and helped become adventurers and helped nurture other families, and how they became this perfect example of love that gives back. And I will use some of my magic, if I can, to create lots of tiny little special effects and things like that as I do it, so that there is a full-blown performance around the story.
I would like you to make a performance check, just to see how well this goes over.
Sure. That would be a 24.
Oh, that's really nice. Really, really nice. Something large and powerful moves behind you. You cannot move. You are stuck where you are, and you just see the long snout of something metallic with green twinges. A great milky blue eye regards you from beneath a crest of horns and spines, teeth as long as your head curl back beyond a smile. Know these words that were the beginning. And they say words to you, and initially you think that they're talking in Draconic, but there's something deeper to it, something older, a truth that is hidden from modern language. And they teach you the word for stone, for fire, for water, for air, for light, and for dark. But these are not the words themselves. They teach you the true names of those things. And when you wake up in the morning, you retain that knowledge, and you think that you can somehow twist your magic, your bardic skill, to making those materials dance for you in new ways. Welcome to your first step in knowing the true songs of creation.
Yay!
That's cool.
That was so cool.
That's very cool.
I have one more thing to do with you all before we part our ways for the day. The next morning, you meet with Deidre, who is incredibly impressed with the work you did. Takes the map, organises a search party to finish the work that you started, and says, well, seems that we have an opportunity. I have a couple of jobs that might be of interest to you both. All three of you, sorry. I'm presuming that Rock's going to stay with you.
I mean, he better
Eugene
do.
kind of looks eagerly in his direction.
Well, obviously, if we have missions to achieve, I'm more than willing to continue with my companions.
Yeah.
Good. First things first. Do you want your coin?
If they're paid, of course.
Obviously. I mean, all guild business comes with some form of payment. Did you want your coin to yourselves, or do you want us to hold on to it to clear off any tabs that you build up whilst you're staying with us?
I don't mind you guys keeping hold of it. It's up to these two.
For your share, obviously, 10 gold apiece, so we'll keep hold of yours, Ashley.
Yeah.
I would like my 10 gold.
Excellent. And
Eugene would like his too.
cool. And he pops those 2 small coin purses full of coins, and they have additional 10 gold each. Ashling, effectively you do have 10 gold, but you just need to come and retrieve it, whereas these guys will need to pay for night stay out of...
That's fine. She doesn't trust herself having cash on her.
Amazing. So just make a mental note that that's where your gold is. So I have 2 jobs, of which may be of interest to you at the moment. The first, and he kind of pulls out some contracts and starts thumbing through. Yes. This might be of interest to the pair of you. Let the 3 of you. Sorry, I keep doing that. Long evening.
I'm not here.
I wasn't counting Rock. Rock has been a loner since he first got here.
In that case, carry on.
So, we have an opportunity. There we go. Right. The City Guard are looking for assistance with a couple of small, mysterious murders that have been carrying out in the area. If you are interested, you will be reporting to the local sergeant and be reporting directly to him. Be warned, he is not the most pleasant of people. However, he does pay well and it is good work. And let's be honest, staying in with the local law enforcement is a good thing. The other, relatively simple, will take you outside the city. One of the local lighthouses needs some mystical fuel, and we need someone to just take it out to them. Not normally an adventurer's job, but it can be quite dangerous, so having someone that can fight off any local beasties would be a good thing. So, entirely up to you. Choose one of them if you wish to, or neither of them, and we can see what else comes up in the next few days.
Ooh. Right. Huddle. Let's get him.
Huddle?
Yeah. Let's
right,
get
yes,
Adventure huddle.
Adventure huddle.
Right, okay, good.
Murder mystery.
I do like the sound of murder
That
mystery.
sounds cool.
That
Right?
does sound good.
Although it would be lovely to go down to the seaside.
It would be,
Well,
but
yeah, but can't we
that
do that
involves
anyway?
travelling, and I've got a right hangover right now, so I'd rather stay in the city.
Well,
Fine,
let's
fine,
be
but you're-
diplomatic about this. Let's vote. I vote
Okay.
murders.
Murders.
Fine, we could do the murders.
Sorry,
but
babe.
one of you are dealing with the grumpy sergeant. I have no patience for these.
But you're
people.
so good at sweet talking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna piss them off even more.
You're definitely dealing with them then.
Okay.
Right, come along then. We are more than happy to help solve
Wait,
these
wait.
murders. What?
Wait.
What?
1, 2, 3. Adventurers. Do it.
No. Right, we are we're most willing to help. We'll undertake your murder solving. I think. If that's okay. What is the pay for that? You were saying it's very well paid, yes?
10 gold a head, plus expenses, if you need them. And I believe it is based on daily, but obviously the contract... Hang on for a second. Yes, 3 days work, assisting with the police, make sure they've got extra feet, just make sure that they can conduct these investigations properly. Either helping with the mystery itself or just providing extra manpower whilst the detectives are working.
This will be so cool. I always wanted to play being a private investigator.
This will be cool, so long as they don't get us to do like boring, clean up, busy work stuff.
You do realise we were just sent into a sewer after rats, right? Yes.
Yeah, but at least that was exciting. And
Well, in
I
the end,
didn't
it
go
was
in
very.
the sewer.
It was very exciting in the end. Yes, quite.
Yeah, I almost died. How exciting!
So exciting. And it got covered in poo. That's so exciting.
I could do with a little less excitement.
Yeah, I was going to say,
dial down the excitement.
Word of advice, as an experienced adventurer, dying is not really the same as excitement. It's more like an end to the excitement. So it's preferable to try not to be close to death in every encounter.
Ashling's going to write that down.
Note to self.
Note to self.
Death does not equal
Bad.
fun.
Death equals bad.
Death bad for you.
Oh, God. What have I done?
Well, I don't know what you've done, but what you might do is come up with a better group name than Adventurers, because that's a bit generic.
Yeah.
So have a think about that one, because if you are going to work together, sometimes having a group name is useful. But
What do you mean a group name? My name is Rock.
We've got to have a group name.
No, we don't have to have a group
Yes.
name.
Super fun adventure trio.
Okay, we definitely do not have to have a group name.
I'm going to write down all these ideas. Okay,
Oh,
me and you, Eugene, we're brainstorming.
What about triple threat?
Right, out, go, out the door. I'm just going to push them out the door. I'm not having this conversation.
DG will hand Eugene the contract as he goes out and goes, make your way down to the sergeant's office and introduce yourself, and we will see you back here shortly. Have fun.
Thank you very much. I will bow elaborately again.
And I feel like that is a really good place to end today's session, because we hit 6 o'clock amazingly. Really cleanly today. Thank you so much, everybody who came and supported us, and everybody who comes along afterwards as well. Our last video reached just under 180 views, and that was way more than we anticipated. So it means the world to us that you guys are engaging and enjoying this.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. We will be back on the 29th. There is a tiny possibility we may need to postpone the game because Wayne and I are moving house that week. But we should have everything set up, and it is a priority for us to get back and get the next chapter of this adventure going.
Yeah, forget moving. This is way
Priorities.
Yeah.
Priority. Well,
murder.
One of the things was making sure the internet was up and running so that we could at least do that.
Yeah, that's up and running.
We're in boxes.
That's
everywhere.
not stopped me.
Yeah.
That's not stopping.
Touche.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh my God, Eugene, what have you done?
Yes,
So-
triple threat.
As a DM, I can neither condone nor condemn any name you come up with. Just make sure that it's family friendly, so that I can put it out on social media without getting blocked.
More.
Ding. There we go. That was the idea dropping. I'm Chris Mepham. I have been your DM. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch. You know where I am on Twitch. You're already here. Chris Mepham RPG. And if you want to find me on Instagram to see what I'm doing art-wise, and actually a lot of posts about this, it is Chris Mepham Art. Also, we now have a Some Other Heroes Instagram account. Look up for Some Other Heroes, all one word. And we have a Some Other Heroes YouTube channel, which we will be posting all the VODs later on. So I think a week later on, we'll be posting those up. I think that covers everything from me. I think we will go to Charlie. Charlie, we'll start with you today.
Cool. Thank you ever so much. Another shout out to my mum, because she was sending me theories about
Hi,
the
Mum.
rats. and trying to decipher and help me out with what the mystery is. So
Amazing.
thanks,
Hi, Charlie's
mum.
mum.
So yeah, I am Charlie Vince. My website is just charlievince.com. My Charlie is spelled without an E because I'm edgy. And all my social media handles and stuff are on my website. I did the character art for this particular arc in our campaign, so you can find a lot more sort of character-y, D&D themed, character-based art on my website. And then all my Instagram and Twitter and things are linked to that. So thanks ever so much.
Amazing. Yeah, and I cannot sing Charlie's praises. Like, I mean, I'm still amazed at how quickly you turned all that around. So thank you so much for that.
Sorry, other clients. Prioritizing.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Priorities again.
Eugene. Bye.
Thank
Theo.
you,
Come on.
everyone. Shout out to my partner Colleen in Canada, who got up at 7 a.m. just to watch us.
Hi, Colleen.
Oh yeah, Colleen.
I really appreciate that. Goodness.
Bless her. Yeah, you can find me most places on the internet at theoblue.jpg. I'm on Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all those places. Yeah, so head there to see more of my illustration and general doings. Probably lots of pictures of cats at some point as well.
Amazing. And last but never least, our rock, Wayne, if you'd like to.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. You can find me in most places on the internet, which is usually under WayneFick01, where I post very little, but do engage a lot with people and have lots of communication and chats. Thank you very much for joining us. And if I could just ask you, please, to tell people about the stream, tell people to follow us. Chris has worked so hard on creating this world for us, and it would mean so much to us if we could get some more followers on Twitch and on Instagram, and people coming to actually join us and take part in these streams. So please do that if you have enjoyed this.
Yeah, we absolutely love doing this for you all, and we just really want to build something very cool to kind of off the back of all this and just have fun whilst we're doing it as well. A huge thank you to everybody again who showed up. You guys chatting to each other. I can see you're buzzing around and theorizing and stuff like that. And thank you for putting up for my weirdness, because this all comes straight out of my brain. And feel sorry for poor Wayne who has to live with this. We have been...
Inside, I'm laughing.
We have been Some Other Heroes. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care of one another. Be kind to one another. We love you lots. Bye.